Thanks for joining me today. We are going to be talking about HTV, which is heat transfer vinyl, and we are going to also be talking about patches, some iron-on applique, and some different things you can do in order to personalize some different pouches. So we're going to talk in this class about HTV, which I'm going to cut using a Cricut machine. So if you're familiar with that, you can cut along with me, or if you want to just watch and kind of see how it works to get an idea for whether or not a Cricut machine is right for you and some of the very fun, cool things that you can do with a Cricut machine. But I'll also have some other options today that are going to focus on materials that won't require a cutting machine. So if you don't have a Cricut, that's okay. We still have options for you. So right now in the stores, it is summer at Michael's. So we have jumped ahead from spring and it is now summer in the aisles of Michael's, and there's lots of lemons, there's lots of teal, there's lots of orange, there's really pretty colors. There is a kids section that is so cool. I know this isn't necessarily a kids class, but a lot of these materials in that aisle really can do well for what we're doing today. These patches are so stinking cute. They are Creatology, which is our kids brand, but they can be used for anything. So there are letter patches that are appliques that can just go on to different materials and different surfaces if you want to kind of customize. This pouch is so stinking cute, and it's in the kids section too, but this is perfect for taking on a little trip, throwing into a bigger purse, or just attaching to a backpack, or just kind of attaching as a little clutch. There's a little handle here you can attach to just have a wristlet if you go somewhere for the summer. But we can easily personalize this too with some HTV, with some different patches. So some of the materials that I'm going to be using today are the Make Market applique iron-ons. So these are for adults, they're iron-on. The kids patches are also equally great and just really colorful and fun. The difference between the kids patches and the adult patches is that the kids patches are not iron-on, they're strictly adhesive. So you can imagine that the adhesive after a while might wear down. So I'm going to show you some ways that you can kind of use some embroidery stitches and really go ahead and attach that in a more permanent fashion. Whereas with the iron-on adult patches, once you iron it on, it's pretty stuck and it's going to stay there and it's going to hold up to a lot of rough and tumble kind of wear and tear with your pouch. So there's also a pack of Make Market. You could get these 3 different size pouches in a kit with Make Market. It's in the aisles kind of close to where all the t-shirts are and things like that. So I love these to be able to take those and personalize those into different pencil bags, makeup cases, little travel things if you're throwing these in your suitcase to go somewhere and just kind of collect your things. So we're going to talk about all of those different options, and I'm going to show you as many things as we can within this hour of what we can make and what we can do. So what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to show you a little bit of Cricut. So if you've never quite dabbled in this world, I'm going to kind of show you what the power of Cricut can do. And we're going to make a heat transfer vinyl stain. And I'm choosing to go with like a lemon theme because I'm really into these lemons. So I'm going to have this pouch that's going to say turning lemons into lemonade. That is a theme for me. That is a mantra right now. I'm into it. And then I'm going to show you how to apply this patch as well. So I already have this one done because TV magic, but I'm going to show you kind of from scratch how I got to this printout and how I'm going to apply this using my iron behind me. So I have my iron, I have my Cricut machine. We have lots of things to do, so we better get going. Let me know in the chat if you have any questions that I can help you with. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you what Cricut Design Space looks like. So Cricut Design Space is basically where you have all different kinds of designs. There are free designs and there are free fonts that you can use in Design Space. So I just typed out turning lemons into lemonade. So I literally typed that using a very free font that anyone could find and anyone can use. And I kind of sized it to make sure that it was going to fit onto my pouch. And so with this, once you have what you like, then I'm using an Explore 2 machine. So you make sure that you have your Explore, whichever machine is attached. A lot of them attached through Bluetooth. Some of them still attached through cords if you want it to attach to your desktop or you can print it off of your cell phone also if you have the Design Space app. So everything for the turning lemons into lemonades is free. Underneath it, you'll see an M, and I might use that later in class, but for now, I'm going to turn that one off. So I'm closing that eye, the visibility, and I only have the visibility of the turning lemons into lemonade. So HTV vinyl, it will have to say HTV vinyl on the packaging. There's permanent vinyl, there's heat transfer vinyl, there's lots of different kinds of vinyl, there's removable vinyl. So we are using heat transfer vinyl because it's going to stay adhered to a fabric a lot better than some of the other different types of vinyl. So I am going to be printing this with my machine. And so I can go down, can't quite see it on my screen. And I'm going to make. So I'm going up here to the top right corner where I hit my make button. And then on here, the most important thing with heat transfer vinyl is that you have to mirror your image. Because when I'm cutting this, I'm going to be cutting it on the side that gets placed onto my fabric. And so you always have to mirror. And there are so many memes on the internet about this because if you are a first-time Cricketer, chances are you're going to forget to mirror your letters at some point. It is something that everyone goes through. But I'm going to be cutting this backwards, and I'm going to go to continue. And it is mirrored, and I'm putting a 12 by 12 mat in. It's going to connect to my machine from my computer. And my machine, because it's an Explorer 2, I have a little knob on my machine that I turn to say that I want to cut something iron on. So that's one of the options on my machine. Then I'm going to hit the blinking light that's going to input my mat. And I'm going to stop sharing for a moment, and I'm going to kind of talk you through over here. So when you put your vinyl onto the mat, you want your vinyl to be shiny side down, which is why we mirrored the image. And then the matte side is the part that has the adhesive that's going to be ironed on. So the matte side is facing up, the shiny side is facing down. And my blinking light on my Cricut machine is going because it knows that I'm ready to cut this. So I'm going to go ahead and make this design and have the machine do its job. So it's going to be cutting that turning lemons into lemonade vinyl for me. And it's going to be backwards. And then I'm going to take some of my Cricut tools, and I'm going to be weeding out some of the different pieces that I don't want. I'm going to place this onto my fabric, and I'm going to use an iron. So there are things like Cricut heat presses. If you start to get really fancy with your vinyl usage, you can start buying some of those cool, nice, fancy products like the heat press. But today I'm just using a typical normal iron, and I've set it to cotton. So it's getting nice and hot while we're waiting for this to cut. And my machine is doing its job and cutting out all of these things. When I use my weeding tool, I'm just going to be really careful, especially in the insides of like the letter G and the letter E, making sure to take out those little pieces so that I have a nice clean design to iron onto one of my pouches. So we are just about done. And on my Cricut screen, it shows me what % of my cut has been finished. So I can kind of keep track of that while I'm doing different things. But the pouch I'm going to be adding to, I already have some cool designs on the front. This is a heat transfer vinyl, just using the monograms that they have in Cricut Design Space. And then I had some cute little patches that I ironed on and added a couple of extra stitches. So this one says a zest for life. And this is just a little lemon slice. And then on the back, we're going to put the same about turning lemons into lemonade. And I'm going to add this extra little lemon patch also. So the heat transfer vinyl looks like this. Make Market is one of the brands. There's also Caesar, and there is Cricut. So there's lots of different brands that make this heat transfer vinyl, but just check out and make sure that you're getting something called HTV, heat transfer vinyl, instead of one of the other types of vinyls. There are even some heat transfer vinyls that are shiny, that have like glitter in them too. and they've started coming out with some really cool HTVs that are puffy and do different things once you activate them with heat too. So there's a lot of really cool products, but our cut is just about finished. And so I can show you the next portion of how to weave this. So it's blinking, it's done, and it has cut this design for me. I'm going to take this off of my mat, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch to my overhead camera. And I'm going to show you what I'm working with down here. So it is kind of hard to see, and that's a common Cricut thing, especially on the camera, but you can kind of see those outlines of the letters. I'm first going to cut down the rectangle of where my design was using some scissors. And I'm going to cut that rectangle down, and then I'm going to do some weeding. It's spring, on our way to summer. It's time to do some weeding in the garden, but also some Cricut weeding too. So I like to have these nice Cricut tools. Make Market makes some of these tools and Cricut, and you're going to use them and use the points of these tools in order to peel up what you don't want to be transferred. So I want the letters to be transferred, but I don't need this background to be transferred. So I am pulling this up and I am weeding this out so that what remains on my carrier sheet is going to be exactly what I want to transfer. Here we go. So I'm kind of doing one big swoop right now of pulling off as much of the background as I can. And then I'm going to go in and be a little bit more precise with what I'm doing to get all those insides and make sure all my letters are correct. So that's my first swipe, and you can tell that I mirrored it, and it is in fact backwards. This border I'm going to take off also, because as soon as I put the heat to this carrier sheet, anything that has this black material on it is going to be permanently attached to my fabric. So I don't want that border to be on my pouch. So I'm taking all of that black off. And then you can see that I still need to take like the O's, the center of the O's out. So I'm just poking at this with my Cricut tools, and I'm just grabbing those little pieces and pulling them out. They have tweezers, they have lots of different ways so that you can get all these pieces. And I am going to be turning lemons into lemonade. So if you are here live with me, thanks for joining me. I'd love to see in the chat if anyone has a saying that they would like to put on something, either a t-shirt or a pouch. So my saying for today is turning lemons into lemonade, but what would your message be on your pouch today? Curious what you would do. And my iron has been on behind me, heating up on a cotton setting. And I am ready. So I have this lovely bag that has this cool teal. This bag comes with a silver bottom, it comes with a gold bottom, or with a teal bottom. So there's 3 different options for this, and it has this cool leather-like tassel. So this is a really nice size bag for traveling or for putting any kind of makeup, any kind of anything into. So I'm going to switch cameras again over back here so that you can see the ironing process. So did I switch, Chanel? Thanks. So then I have my iron set to cotton. I have my carrier sheet that has this. This is the sticky side. This is the not sticky side. I'm going to place the sticky side down where I want it to be. And then with this HTV, you can go ahead and just press directly onto this, or you can use a cloth or a piece of parchment paper over top also if you want to protect a little bit more. And I'm going to hold it in place for about 10 seconds for each part of this HTV. I'm going to move it. I'm just gonna go back over it one last time before I raise this up and double check that everything looks good. I think I missed a little piece down here. If your letters are thin, you're gonna wanna make sure that they get adhered carefully so they don't slip up. And now I think I'm done to be able to remove this plastic carrier. And I'm peeling back this plastic carrier. The tea is coming up a little bit, so I'm tapping it again with this heat. And different vinyl will give you different directions. Some of them ask you to wait for it to kind of cool down before you pull the carrier sheet off. So I'm checking my directions, and for the make market that I'm using, it says to remove the carrier sheet while the design is still warm. So while it's still warm, I'm going to pull this off. And if I'm finding any to be pulling up as I'm kind of peeling off, I'm just hitting them with a little bit more heat. I'm kind of at a weird angle while I'm trying to show you, so that's part of why this is getting a little bit extra. There we go. And while it's warm, I'm pulling this up. There's going to be a grand reveal in just a moment. So this, I had a fail at the end, which is actually really funny, all things considered, with this bag. So doing this live on TV is a little bit more pressure than just me crafting at home. But I think this is hilarious that it says turning lemon into lemonade. I think it's funny because that is so the point too, is how you're just trying so hard to turn those lemons into lemonade and everything's working against you. But it's okay. I still have some more of my letters. So I'm going to use this other one. If this was a mess up that I made in real life too, not just on this show right now, you can print it again, and I'm going to be able to cut these and place them in the places where they should go. Thank you for laughing along with me. It's funny. This is a live show and anything can happen. So I'm glad that you're here with me and we're just having a good time. So I don't see any of your phrases in the chat yet, so make sure you let me know. But I'm gonna turn my lemons into lemonade, not just lemonade. So I'm gonna cut off the D and E that I'm missing, and then I'm gonna place these down, and I'm gonna try and do a better job of transferring these. So look at how easy. It really is an easy process. It's just harder to do while I'm trying to show you. So I'm going to turn my lemons into lemonade. And I think this is just so funny. It's so appropriate. It's so funny. Now, if you don't have a Cricut machine, that's okay. Because there is no rule that says you have to cut your vinyl with a Cricut. So these little pieces that kind of made my Megan pencil pouch kind of look like the Flintstones almost. I just cut triangles and then just went ahead and ironed them onto this pouch. So you don't have to have a Cricut machine in order to still have some of those extra triangles. So someone in the chat gave me their saying of be brave. And yes, we are going to be brave. And we're going to turn our lemon into lemonades. And so I'm going to do this one again. I'm going to turn my back to you so that I can focus on this. Oh my. Here we go. And I put a cloth down to cover the part that I already had vinyl on because I don't want that vinyl to stick to my iron while I'm holding it down. And I'm going to give it an extra couple of seconds this time because I don't want to make another mistake. There we go. Yay. So now we are turning lemons into lemonade. And I like that it's still a little bit janky. It makes me happy. So I'm quite pleased with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach my lemon patch. So let me find where I put that lemon patch in all my treasures. Here it is. So with this lemon patch, it does have some adhesive. And it has a backing to it also. So the backing is going to give you an adhesive, and an adhesive is kind of a temporary patch. You could put it on something, you can take it back off. But once we hit it with the extra heat, then it's going to be a lot more permanent. So we're going to keep that in mind. And I'm going to place my patch where I want it on my bag. So I can decide where I want my lemon, how I want my lemon. If I want it to kind of go into the white space also, which I kind of like. So I'm going to position it the way I like it. And then with this one, the directions on the back of the patch say to position it right side up. So the sticky side is on my canvas pouch. And then the design is right side up. I'm going to tap it with the heat for 15 seconds, and I'm going to place a cloth over top of the patch. So I'm placing this cloth over top of the patch. And I'm going to hold for about 15 seconds. Okay. Now it gives another suggestion of turning your whole entire pouch inside out and hitting it on the other side as well. So I'm going to do that also, turning this inside out, keeping track of where that patch is. And then I'm going to hit it with heat on this side too. Most things you'll be attaching these patches to are going to be pretty thick. If you put it onto a jean jacket, if you put it onto a backpack, chances are it's going to be pretty thick. So I'm going to give this another 15 seconds. And you can keep repeating this process back and forth until you feel like it is officially secured. I'm going to go ahead and turn this inside out. And that has a nice seal to it, but I am going to hit it one last time just to make sure that everything's nice and secure. So far we have our patch in place. I'm going to cover it with a cloth and hit it for 15 more seconds on this side and then call it a day. So if you have any questions so far, those of you who are here with me live, let me know in the chat, please. And I'd love to explain any of the things that we've talked about with heat transfer vinyls so far for these iron-on applique patches. Okay. There we go. So now this bag is going to be turning lemons into lemonade, and we can fill this with all kinds of things. And it's going to be a really fun personalized pouch for me. So I'm going to move on to some of the other types of pouches that you can use. So we'll switch to another camera. And this one I'm about to show you right now is this Can't Creatology or this Creatology little bag. So there's a question in the chat that says, you mentioned you don't need a Cricut to do vinyl. What are the other options? So I would love to show you that. And we can do that on this pouch also, if we want to. So if you have the heat transfer vinyl and you don't have a cutting machine, what I mean by that is you can actually do some of your own cutting. So you can cut circles, you can cut hearts, you can cut designs, you can do whatever you want to on this vinyl by cutting by hand. You don't have to have a machine to cut it. And then what is great about this heat transfer vinyl is that it's ready to go. So this is the side, this dull side or this matte side is what has the adhesion in it. And so when I hit that with an iron, I can add this heart here. So you can make your own letters. You can do any sorts of stripes. You can do dots. You can do designs. And then you can just hit this vinyl with a little bit of heat from your iron and then peel back the carrier sheet that's on the top. And voila, you'll have created your own without a Cricut machine. So here's another version without a Cricut machine. Hand punch would absolutely work on vinyl. So if you have any hearts or circles in a little punch machine that you might use for card making, you can absolutely do it with this too. So here is my cool Creatology letter M. And this one, remember, because it's a kid's product, is not going to be an iron-on. This one is just going to be just straight up adhesive. So it has a backing to it, and you have to take this entire backing off to get to the adhesive. And then once you position it, it's kind of going to just be there. But I'm going to show you how to add some extra embroidery stitches to kind of make sure that it stays. So this is another option for if you don't have a Cricut machine, how you can still use these patches and these pouches to really personalize and make your own. So I'm pulling off this adhesive backing. Well, I'm trying not to pull off the adhesive backing. I'm pulling off the paper. And it's got a nice stick to it. So it will stick to notebooks, it'll stick to fabric, it'll stick to lunch boxes, lots of different things that it will stick to. And it does have a pretty good stick. It's not going to come off super easily. But just to double check and just to keep it attached to this, I am going to use a little bit of embroidery floss and an embroidery needle. So I have an embroidery needle, a couple of embroidery needles, and I have some embroidery floss. And I'm going to use the orange because there's a little glitter outline of orange over here. Oops. Pulling off the tag. And also in the same setup where these pouches are, they have like fanny packs. They have those drawstring bags. There's lots of different bags for different concerts and festivals right now. There's some of those plastic bags that you can't heat transfer onto because they're plastic, but you can use these adhesive patches onto those plastic bags. So I'm going to take a length of embroidery floss, not too long because I don't want it to get tangled. And I'm going to go through one of my embroidery needles. And I'm going to tie a knot on the other end. And then I'm going to open up my pouch so I can get to that. And some of the pouches have liners. This pouch does not have a liner, so there's nothing we need to watch out for or go through. And I'm going to do what's called a whip stitch around this patch. So I'm going to go into the line of the glittery M with my needle, and I'm going to pull up until I hit my knot. And then I'm going to go next to the patch and go down. So when I'm coming up through the pouch, I'm coming up through the patch. And when I'm going down, I'm going next to the patch and I'm whipping around the outside of this letter M, which is why it's called a whip stitch. And this is just going to give you some extra security. If you're putting this on a jean jacket or a backpack, you might want to add these extra stitches just to make sure that if you toss your book bag or toss your jacket somewhere, that it's not going to get torn off. So these are in these are in Creatology. They are kids products, but you know, they're for everybody. So don't let that stop you. Also in that same section, they have like these cool, colorful safety pins and charms and enamel pins. And like I said, they're not all kids stuff. I mean, it is for kids, but there are plenty of things in that section that I think a lot of adults would enjoy. So I'm going to keep going with this. And if anyone has any questions or other ideas, or would like to know anything else about patches and pouches for the HTV stuff we talked about at the beginning, you can let me know. And what's nice about this whip stitch is I'm just kind of really going into the places that are going to need some extra hold, like the places that would most likely come up first. And I'm just kind of really securing them with this extra whip stitch. So cotton and polyester pouches will both work really well. Like I said, if you're using embroidery or heat transfer vinyl, definitely don't use the plastic pouches. But if you are using cotton or polyester or canvas pouches, all of those are good for you to be able to use the iron-on patches and also to use the heat transfer vinyl. So if I had a thimble, because if you're sewing this onto something like jeans, you're definitely going to want a thimble to kind of help push this needle through without hurting yourself. You might see that sometimes I pull it to the side, and that's because I'm putting it on a hard surface to get the needle up and through the pouch. Because we are going through a lot of layers, and these patches are really high quality, so they are a little bit thick. There's a question in the chat that's asking about pouches that say that they're sublimation ready and what sublimation's all about, which is a great question. So sublimation is like a whole new land of Cricut crafts. And lots of other companies have joined into the sublimation business also. So if you were making something like a mug, and the mug, you put some vinyl on the mug or on the glass, you could actually kind of rub your finger across the glass and feel that vinyl. What's different about sublimation is that it's becoming one with the surface. So when I rub my fingers over this bag, I can feel the vinyl. Even if it's nicely attached and it's not coming up anywhere, I can feel this is vinyl, this is the pouch. What's cool about sublimation is that it takes the material, and because of what surface you're using is sublimation ready, when you print out the thing and hit it with heat, it becomes one with this, and you won't be able to feel the difference between your design and the original bag. So sublimation is a really cool thing where it literally, the design becomes one with the material you're putting the sublimation onto. So it involves some special tools, and we have a lot of classes online. We have some really cool teachers who know how to use all of them and can easily show you how to make sublimation tumblers, sublimation bags, some sublimation everything. So that's a great question. Thanks for asking that. And I'm going to do just a couple more stitches, and then I'm going to know that this M is nice and secure and it is not going anywhere. I'm going to show you some of those other patches too that I got, and we can put on the other side. I think that this is just a really adorable 2-pocket pouch to take. Like, I'm picturing myself going to Six Flags and just needing a couple of things to be able to throw into a little bag and hold in my pocket or hold on my wrist. And I think this would definitely do the trick. So when I finish this last stitch right here, I am going to tie a knot, and the knot is going to go on the inside of the pouch. So I'm going to tie a knot on the inside of my pouch, and then I can cut this off. Going into the pouch. And I'm just tying off a knot. I might tie 2 knots just to be safe. There we go. And I know that this patch is not going anywhere. Trim that down. There we go. So here's what I have so far. I love that. It's nice and secure. It's not going anywhere. And then these are the 2 zippers I was telling you about before that I think are pretty cool. And so this is a little patch. A lot of the summer kind of vibe is like a retro vibe for the summer. Lots of smiley faces, lots of disco balls, lots of groovy. This is a very groovy bear wearing some very groovy glasses. So all of these, because they're kids' products, are just adhesive. They aren't iron-on, but you can use these to also kind of decorate your pouch. So I really like this bear with these glasses and this bucket hat. I think it's funny. And I'm digging this melted smiley face. I think that's really funny too. This should go on my lemons and lemonade bag, I think. And then I'm going to show you how to make a tassel. Kind of add a pop of color if you want it. Here's a lightning bolt. So these are pretty good adhesion. But if you want it to make sure, like on the other side, that it's not going anywhere, you can add some extra stitches if you want. I don't think I want that lightning bolt up there after all. So I'm going to make a tassel using some embroidery floss. So I'm going to grab some different colors that I like. And what we're about to make is we're going to make a little tassel like this that has some extra pops of color that we can attach onto these different places. So I think I'm going to take some red, some orange, some white, maybe a little of this mixed blue. And what I'm going to do to make a tassel is I'm going to wrap these around my fingers. So I'm just going to take about 3 or 4 fingers, probably just, well, I'll do 4. Why not? And I'm going to wrap several times around my fingers. Then I'm going to switch colors. And I'm going to do the same thing. Here we go. Wrapping around with a different color. And what I'm doing is making a very colorful tassel to go with my pouch. This would be a really fun back to school activity. So this video will be available on YouTube. And you can always come back and watch it again, maybe when it gets closer to a time you want to start preparing for a new school year with a new pouch, new pencil bags, new everything. So I've added these colors, and then I'm going to cut a length. This is probably about 4 inches. And I'm going to go through the top of all of my loops and kind of connect all of my loops together. So the string that I'm using right now is just embroidery floss. And I'm tying a knot up top that's connecting all of these loops together. And then I'm going to tie another piece through that same spot so that I make sure that I have a good secure end to tie my tassel onto my bag. So I'm going to go ahead and tie another knot with another piece of string up here. And we will cut all of this down at the end so that they can all be nice and even. And then I have one more step in making my tassel, maybe even 2 more steps. And that is to put another tie right here. So tying another piece around right here gives it that little knob at the top of your tassel. And then we'll cut these tassels, we'll cut these loops open so that they can flow. So I need one little piece of string more to go around, not even an inch down, probably just a half an inch or a quarter of an inch down from the top of where you just tied your loops together. And you want to tie this as tight as you can. And I'm just tying square knots, but I am going to wrap around again. And I'm going to tie it again just to make it very secure. And I really like the colors that I've picked to go with this pouch. And these extra tails can kind of just blend in with the rest of the tails down here, so you don't have to cut them down necessarily. So these are the pieces that I'm going to tie at the top. And then down here, I can do a little bit of trimming. So I'm going to do a massive trim. And I just trimmed at an angle because I was curious to see how that would go. And I'll see if I like that or if I want to keep trimming down. So here with this tassel, I can kind of play around with it so I can see more of the colors that I put in here. Make sure that all of my loops that I had down here are all cut open so that I have this tassel flying around. And this is looking pretty good. And just from adding those loops, and then we attached up here with some string, and then we attached right here, just a little bit down from the top of where your loops are. And then that is a tassel that can go through any of these zippers or even that side pocket on the pouch. And I'm going to use these strings that I left up top to tie this on to the zipper pull. So I think I have about 4 strings up there that I can make several knots to kind of keep it nice and secure. No? I think I want to tie it pretty close to. I don't think I want to leave any space between the zipper pull and the tassel itself. I'm definitely going to tie a couple more knots because I want to make sure that I could pull on this zipper pull and that it won't come off. Awesome. So then I can kind of cut some of these extra strings down. And now I have this adorable pouch where on the one side I have my initial on it, just a real simple little pouch. This could be a great gift for graduation. If you have someone going away to college, this might be a really fun, you can personalize it with their initials. You can personalize it with a family name. You can put a school mascot, school letters, LSU, wherever they happen to be going, you could put that to kind of personalize it and just a nice little gift. Throw some money in it. Who doesn't want money? And then you have a perfect graduation gift. So that actually is a good use for any of these pouches. You can fill up with some different going away supplies or some different travel vacation supplies if you want to surprise someone on a trip or give them a nice gift, or maybe it's a bachelorette weekend and when they arrive, they have a nice little bag that says their name on it and that they can keep little keepsakes in. So these are the 2 different bags that we were able to create. And then we have our turning lemons into lemonade, which I think is still so funny. So this is also a really fun bag. And on this side, I had done a heat transfer vinyl with my letter M. And then I attached these applique pieces using the iron, but then went ahead and added some of those extra whip stitches around that in order to give it a nice security. So all in all, I'd say that we made some really cool things. My favorite, I think, is this pouch right here. I think that's really cute. So if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. If not, I can't wait to see you at another craft. Next week, I will be teaching classes on Thursday and Friday, and you can catch any of my other classes already on our YouTube channel. So thank you for coming, and I'll be seeing you again soon.